Cross your fingers. Hope this works. Lord. Levels.
Levels.
Yeah. Is what it is. Happy anniversary.
Thanks, but you're about 3 weeks early.
No. I know your anniversary is April 8th, but good on you for also knowing that. Congratulations. Nice work.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
hold on. Taking a page out of your book here. Let's see here. Just ordering a gift online while podcasting. One-click checkout. There. Right off.
That way. Glad I could help.
Yeah, now, he said, already wishing he hadn't. What are you talking about?
Our anniversary. 3 years ago, this week, somebody decided that us doing a podcast was a good idea.
Again, doing a podcast again. We also had this idea back in 2007.
That's right. Yes, we did a Toddcast in 2007.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you remember correctly, 3 years ago this week, we had absolutely nothing else to do.
Well, we've basically been doing nothing ever since, except proving those people wrong that this would be a good idea.
Hi, toddlers. Welcome to Talking to Todd, a weekly podcast with Dwayne Johnson and Todd Prinz, where failure is always an option. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Todd.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing pretty well. Yeah, the whole been doing this constantly, consistently,
without a break
for 3 straight years. Well, that's something.
It is something. I will grant you that. It is something. There should be a prize for those that have listened to every episode, or a padded room, or something.
I was gonna say I'm not sure that I would qualify. No, it's not. I don't read this paper.
I don't read this paper. Oh, great movie. That was a reference to The Paper.
We're recording early this week, so we're probably going to be. I'm suspecting we're slightly light on. We've got feedback already early in the week. What do we have?
We did get a little bit of feedback. Toddler number 1, he absolutely cannot complain about dad jokes. With all your axes live in Texas.
Seriously, on playback, my thought was, if that doesn't win a toddy, I don't know what else. I don't know what else can.
That sounds like a challenge.
Nope.
Are you sure?
What? Actually, you know what? I'm feeling pretty confident about that one.
I actually think that we should just spend the next hour talking about the benefits of eating dried grapes.
Okay, he says reluctantly.
Yeah, it's all about raising awareness. Yep.
You know what
it's about. Yes.
Try again next week. Let's go. Come on.
That's not a worse dad joke than your axes live in Texas. Okay. I'll try again. That sounds like a challenge. I will try again next week.
And a mighty groan goes up from the. Oh no!
No,
they didn't just make a bit, did they?
No, apparently
it took us all of last year to get rid of these.
Yeah, we got rid of. At one point, we were doing Dad Joke of the Week, and then we stopped doing it, and a mighty roar went up from the crowd.
Yep.
Has Lisa listened? Did Lisa have any?
No, I don't believe she's listened yet. So, no.
Benefits of doing the show early. We did get a note from Sherry
Yes.
This I don't know whether we do this here or if we do this under what's turned into Workout Central. Maybe we'll do it under.
Let's do a share. Let's do a share. Let's do Sherry's part here, and then we'll catch up on our stuff later. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I texted about that I worked out this week, and I went 7.1 miles on my bike, and Sherry basically responded, "Oh, that's cute. I ran further than that on Sunday." Like, okay, point taken.
For the record, so did I, but I didn't text that back to you because you got on the
Good for
bike
you.
and you're out there doing it. So you don't need to know that. I mean, I guess I just said that now, but anyway, but before,
Yeah.
in the spirit of it, yeah.
Hey, that bike went further on Monday than it had in 10 years. Easily 10 years. So
How long have you lived in that house?
7.
I mean, technically, it made the move, not on its own wheels, but it did make the move.
It moved further 7 years ago than I rode on. Yeah. Okay. So I got some work to do. Okay.
Well,
another challenge.
Yeah.
Another challenge.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
I got a note from Doug from the Idiot Toddlers.
Yep.
About paying my speeding ticket.
Yes.
They apparently, over on the eastern side of Iowa, have a ton of those automatic cameras. And people over there mostly ignore the tickets that come because until you go try to get a permit to do something on your house, it doesn't matter and they don't come after you and it doesn't affect your license. He's like, you're apparently a better person than I am because you actually pay those tickets. We don't pay them over here. Like, oh.
I'm just thinking, like, the next morning the clerk goes, "Where'd this money come from?" Somebody paid their speeding ticket from the revenue box on the on I-80.
Sucker.
Well, what do I do with it? Nobody ever pays that. I don't. Do I
What
own a
account do we-
receipt? Where does this go? I don't. This is a problem. Hey, Kevin, what do we do with money?
Friday night party fund. Woohoo!
Now we have enough money to buy another box to put on the road.
So that's all I had under feedback, and I didn't have any corrections. Did you?
No, I did not. Here's what I'm looking at. It was a short show on a short week. You know what? We keep it rolling.
Just keep it rolling. Fantastic. Our anniversary gift to you, listener. There you are. I don't know whether this item goes under follow-up or if it should go under Tech Corner. I suppose technically it's follow-up. You remember the Tech Corner you did about how people should change their password?
Council has advised me to remind you that we talked about it, and I was giving general advice. At no point did I say that people should change their password. I said there is a new risk, and there is a way to mitigate said risk. You can change the entry keyboard from a numeric to a passphrase, although you could use the exact same number just on a smaller keyboard. I don't think at any point I specifically encouraged, recommended, or urged any listeners now or in the future or in the past to make any changes to said passwords.
You think that covered it?
I wish I would have done that a couple of weeks ago.
I'm not sure it would have made a whole lot of difference. Or perhaps if when you had discussed the recommendation to make sure that your password is less hackable, if you had reminded our listeners to make sure that they secured that new password in a place where they could get to it if they needed to, preferably not LastPass. I think.
Oh, if it's in LastPass, then everybody's got it. So you're
Right.
cool.
Yeah, that
You
that would have been
just ask
helpful.
anybody.
So after listening to our show, Amy said, "Oh, I should probably update my password," and did so, and then promptly forgot what she changed her password to.
Which, in her defense, is super secure. Because if she doesn't remember it, there is no way for anybody to shoulder surf or video her entering it. So she did solve the problem.
Yes, she did. Technically true.
Yes. How did she get back into her phone, though?
Mm,
Oh,
yeah. So what you have to do, dear listener,
is
should this
text Todd and say, now what do we do?
now what do we do? At which point you said, well, if you can still get into iCloud, you can backdoor your way in and then wipe your phone and then reset it up from zero, which I knew because I had actually locked myself out of my work iPad a year ago because I hadn't been traveling with my work iPad and I couldn't remember what my password was to get into it. So I had to reset my work iPad and had to go through the exact. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's how it works. So we've talked a couple of times about Quantum Leap, about the show Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Right. One of the things that they say, both in the new version and in the old version, was setting things right, which once went wrong. It took us about 45 minutes to set things right, which once went wrong. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Hey, you only bear a small fraction of the responsibility here because somebody reset their password and then didn't write down what it was or save it. I'm like, did you write it on a post-it note and stick it on your desk? No, that wouldn't be safe. Didn't do that.
Okay. So
Yes.
as long as I mean, this gets into Todd's tech corner, not really, but right here, these are the written down passwords for my Apple iCloud, my LastPass, and my new password manager, 1Password, which are not stored electronically. They are written down and stored. Well, right now they're on my desk. They live in a more secure location underneath my keyboard normally. So once again, written down passwords are not inherently bad if the option is not remembering them or having ridiculously long, strong passwords so somebody on the internet can't steal your identity. Because quite frankly, these are written down in my house because if somebody can get to this, I have bigger problems than
Yeah,
them
you
getting.
got bigger. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
right. If they have, as they say, if they have physical access to your machine, your little password problem is kind of minor compared to what is about to happen. Yeah.
Can can you hold that piece of paper up
Nope.
closer to the
Nope. Nope.
screen
Nope. Not
again?
again.
One more. No, I
Didn't
missed
quite get
that
this.
the first. No, I was
Was that a
missing the
six? Was that
15th
a
and
6 or a
16th.
9?
Yeah.
Was that?
And this is just audio where I'm not actually recording the video just to make. Does that make you feel better? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Did you have any follow up?
Real quick, and I entitled this. How often does this happen?
Mhm.
and I don't know, this is now popping up in my news feeds. So a few weeks ago, we talked about the Aussie Oopsie where they lost the radioactive thing. Then we talked last week about Texas that lost the entire radioscope that contains radioactive material.
Uh-huh.
Apparently now I'm just getting news about all the missing radioactive material in the world. And you would wonder, how often does that happen? The answer is more often than you would like, because this week I got a story from Popular Mechanics. The subhead is "not great!" exclamation point. Headline: 2.5 tons of natural uranium are suddenly missing. So apparently 10 drums totaling 2.5 tons of natural uranium have gone missing in Libya. Oops. Natural uranium isn't immediately dangerous as a weapon. So we're all well past the, if you happen to find this, don't touch it because it's dangerous for you. Now we're at 2.5 tons of, you can't immediately weaponize it. And the key word there is immediately.
Immediate. Yeah.
Yes.
Define immediate. Yes.
Well,
please.
it can be enriched to turn into weapons grade uranium. So the International Atomic Energy Agency is on the case. I believe they've probably called in some people from Australia and Texas to try to find it. Anyway, I'm really hoping that this is the last time we cover missing radioactive material on this podcast. This is a weird beat that we've gotten into. On the other hand, this one is much more refreshing than talking about the crap that Brett Favre is alleged to do. So I'll keep doing this as long as we don't have to talk about him.
Oh, I had one more thing.
Yes.
You remember when you talked about how Elon messed with the algorithm on Twitter and inserted himself into everybody's Twitter feed?
Yes. He didn't mess with the algorithm. He directed his programmers to mess with the feed. But yes, allegedly.
I don't follow Elon Musk on Twitter.
Okay.
I mean, I don't personally, and as I think is well established at this point, the Talking to Todd account doesn't follow him.
Yeah, because his name's Elon.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we only follow Todd's. He hit my feed multiple times a day to the point where I had to mute him in the last week. I don't know what I did that prompted that change to make him. Probably did nothing.
No. I know what you did. I know exactly what you did. It's very simple. You didn't cancel your Twitter account. That's on you.
Have you logged into Twitter lately?
No.
For the last 3 weeks, I've been getting a notice that
if you don't pay, you're not going to be able to use SMS multi-factor authentication?
Yes.
Yes.
And that was supposed to end on the 19th. Logged into Twitter this afternoon because somebody sent me a link to a tweet. And I got the notice again. There has been, for the last several weeks, the option to skip for now. Yeah, okay. I just keep skipping for now. Today, log in. Up it pops. Meh, fine. Skip for now. Lets me right on in. Much like most of Elon's blather, this too apparently has no teeth to it.
I was going to say, if you take a look at his track record of hitting any type of deadline that he sets with Tesla over the past 15 years, this is right on track. Yeah.
Okay. Now we've now exhausted our Twitter feedback, I believe. Yes.
By the way, speaking of that, I have
Go ahead.
Well, I have an opposite problem. The general manager of the place that I bought my truck from in 2019 has been over the last year emailing me, letting me know that he's very concerned that I don't have extended warranty on my Ford truck. And it's well known that these Fords apparently, according to the general manager of a Ford dealer from a large Ford dealer, these Fords must be pieces of shit, because he is telling me over and over again that he is very worried that I don't have extended coverage, because the amount of mechanical things that can go wrong with this truck is stunning, and I have a very limited time to get this extended warranty. And if they do not hear back from me within 7 days of receipt of this email, they are going to consider that I have turned down the opportunity to buy this coverage, and they will so note that in my permanent file. And my thought is, thank you. And then 2 weeks later, they send me the same email, and I'm thinking, then they've been doing this now for nearly a year. And my thought is, at what point will you actually mark this down in my permanent file that I haven't taken advantage of this opportunity? Seriously, carry through on the threat, buddy. Come on. Come on. What is Elon running this place now? Come on. Well, that would explain why the truck might be falling apart, as if Elon's building it. Yeah,
Well,
actually, that would make some sense.
yes,
If I need
yep.
the extended one. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. I
there
had
you
to
go.
put that together again. Oh, I should
Yep.
wonder if I can still get if I could jump in on that opportunity. Anyway. Okay, I think that covered our follow-up to follow-up, which was follow-up. Okay, anyway, where are we at now?
ToddCon 2 hot damn updates.
Looks like you've got some.
I ordered a bunch more stuff this week.
Okay.
Prior to actually getting on the bike, I kept ordering things.
That's how you know you're making progress. Buy. I'm basically riding now.
Right. I hadn't gotten on the bike yet. I did buy some padded shorts.
Good idea.
Not the skin tight version. My wife appreciated that. They were the baggy ones that did still have some padding in them.
Mountain bike shorts is what those are. Those are, yes.
Yes, really more mountain bikey shorts.
Yes.
A bag for the front so I can carry stuff around.
Good idea.
Some gloves.
Yep.
And a repair kit.
Okay, see, now I'm at least batting 50% here, right? Okay, because I recommended a repair kit, and yes, so I will take that one.
So, yep. Oh, and I also got some of those little lights that you recommended.
Oh, excellent.
So,
you're ahead of me in the lighting department. I haven't even ordered them yet. So
I didn't turn them on while I was biking, but they're charged and they are attached. Mileage total, 1.5 miles on the treadmill, 7.1 on the bike. So now 8.6 miles out of this guy. I am now off 0.
There you go. You know what? Now it's just getting started. Now it's gonna snowball.
It's all downhill from here, hopefully.
Yeah.
How about you? Did you any hot damn updates?
Other than the tire, the replaced tire is now back on the bike, and as soon as it stops raining, or if I can take the bike on the arc, one or the other, I will get some mileage on the bike. Instead, it's been the indoor bike that has been getting the workout. By the way, which I will say, one of the things I've been working on with some of the running, but also the biking, was I read something that basically said, don't focus on the miles, focus on the hours, right? It doesn't matter how many miles you go. It matters how many hours you're putting into this, right? Just to get ready or whatever. And what I will tell you is, I understand what that is, because I have now twice put an hour in on the indoor bike, on the stationary bike, and it does not have the padded seat that I put on my outdoor bike. And at this point, what I've now learned is I either need to put in a lot more hours, or there's going to be pie every 45 minutes at the most, because that's about when it's time for a break.
Wait till you get to what I learned this week.
Sweet. We're also in the middle of the NCAA tournament bracket challenge. How's that going?
Well, my dad had Iowa winning. One of Greg's brackets had Virginia winning. Those two had a bad day one. Nearly as bad as Iowa and Virginia. actually.
Hey, good news, everyone. You're going to make it back. You're not even going to miss class on Monday. Matter of fact, you might not even going to miss class on Friday because we can get back real quick.
Current standings, Chad Hippen, who is a golfing friend and a friend of John Brown. Chad is in first place. Toddler number 1 is in second place. And Greg's other bracket is in third place. I don't know if one of those brackets is Greg and one is Sherry. They both have Greg's name on them, so I don't know.
And I'm assuming if we asked Greg right now, his bracket of integrity is the one that's in third. The other one was a throwaway one just for
yes,
just for chuckles. But this is the legit one.
Sure. Yeah. Speaking of throwaway brackets, the Talking to Todd official bracket based on distance.
Yes.
Dead last.
There's part of me that feels okay with that. Because quite frankly, if it was doing better than me, I would be even more annoyed than I currently am, having wasted the 3.5 minutes I did filling out the bracket.
Had you just picked cats and cat mascots, you'd have been doing better than anybody else, frankly.
I like cats.
At this point.
I like tigers. Do we have any tigers?
But the Talking to Todd bracket picked Texas overall, so they are still technically in it, and will probably finish ahead of somebody. Anywho, so somebody out there that's listening, you got beat by distance. We'll find out. Did you have anything else under Todd's Tech Corner as presented by the Taylor Center for Technology Policy?
I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that it may tend to incriminate me.
Okay, good. If you don't start coming up with something, we're going to lose our sponsor, but okay. Just throwing that out there. Oh, as an aside, Sticker Mule ran another special on keychains.
Okay.
So I ordered another batch of keychains.
Ooh, sweet.
And I mailed 2 of them to you.
No. Okay.
In a padded envelope this time.
Oh, okay, better. I was going to say, I'm going to be there at the end of July. That may have... All right. You know what? We talked about this later. Ted Lasso is back, I believe, in the U.S. Postal Service. I believe.
Keep your eyes open for them. I didn't track them or anything, so let me know if they show up later this week. Maybe, hopefully. Anyhow, I don't know. Maybe that stays in. We'll see how short we are this week. Oh, it's probably time, isn't it?
It is.
That's right. That sound means it's time for America's favorite game. Dwayne, guess a number. Okay, hit me.
Apparently, there are still people in this country who have time to write and file complaints about things. The Super Bowl halftime is one of those things where people will take time out of their day to file a complaint with the FCC about the filth and the pornography that they saw during the halftime show. We've covered this in previous years about number of complaints,
yes,
etc.
Yes, this could be under follow-up. Yes,
it could be, but it's a better number, so I'm using it as a number. So, Dwayne, this year's halftime show was Rihanna.
I knew that.
Yes, but it's Dwayne guess a number, not Dwayne ought to know, so I have to keep it to a number.
Oh, okay.
There were some complaints about this. So, Dwayne, how many complaints were filed with the FCC over the Rihanna halftime show this year for the Super Bowl?
Was it more or less than Eli?
Thanks, Eli. More than that.
More than 2. Okay. 19.
No. The actual answer
Yes?
was 103.
Okay, not within the margin of error. Way more than there should. She didn't do anything.
Oh. Quote, inappropriate touching and dance moves, very raunchy for a family to watch. Little kids do not need to see this, said one complaint from Rockton, Illinois. Wrote a viewer from Lone Tree, Colorado. The performance was very overly sexualized, and there were many instances where Rihanna had her background dancers doing very explicit dances. On top of all of this, 4 of the songs she chose to sing were about sex. This is supposed to be a family-friendly show. Not really, but we look at this and we wish we were given a heads up for explicit content prior so we could get our children out of the room. Another person from Janesville. Yes. Oh, I've got the vapors from watching.
Oh my Lord.
Heathcliff, do you see what is on the electric box?
Oh my stars. How will I ever?
Quote, the sexualization, genitalia grabbing, sniffing of her fingers, man pulling off his jacket and then gyrating, sick, FCC, all while singing lyrics far too inappropriate for family sport event. I will not watch this again next year if this is how you are going to disrespect our nation. From Janesville, California. Now, just to put this in context, there was 103 complaints. The Super Bowl averaged 113 million viewers, but halftime pulled in 118.7 million viewers. So if a viewer from Janesville, California chooses to opt out, I think the NFL's like, we good.
If this was really a problem, if this was really a problem,
yeah,
I would bet that the NFL owners wouldn't be in the process right now of extending Roger Goodell's contract.
Yeah, no, it pays really, really good to be a human meat shield.
Yes, you read the
very
same article
nice
I did.
Anyway, sorry, Dwayne, you were off by a full magnitude. We can't give this one to you.
No, sorry. All right. Wah, wah. Oh, let's see. The Scott Frost Memorial Idiot of the Week. I brought my standard 3.
Okay.
After taking a week off, I am back. I am back with my 3.
All right. What do we got?
Story number 1. Membership has its price.
The Costco story. Oh, sorry. No. Okay, go ahead.
Story number 2. Oh, Ricky, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Oh, Ricky. Oh, Ricky, you're so fine. And story number 3. Want to bet?
You know what? I'm going to have to go with number 2.
So, way back on March 14th of 2020, Rick Pitino took a head coaching job at Iona College. Do you remember what Rick said 3 years ago when he took the job at Iona?
I don't remember, but knowing Rick Pitino, I'm just going to channel it. And my guess would be, this is where I want to be, and this will be the last coaching job I take for my career.
My passion in basketball started in New York, and it will end there at Iona College. Rick Pitino, March 14th, 2020. Do you know what Rick did yesterday?
I believe he left Iona and accepted another job.
Yeah, he went to St. John's.
Now, not that I want to defend Rick. He said that his passion for basketball began in New York and would end in New York at Iona. It didn't say anything about cashing a check from somebody else. He just won't be passionate about it.
And now to parse it, my passion in basketball started in New York. My passion will end there. Yes. Yeah.
My bank account, however, will go on and on and on.
Yes. Yep. I will say that St. John's is still in New York City.
Yes, he would have been fine had he said, "My passion for basketball started in New York and it will end in New York."
Yes, that would have.
Period.
Yes.
Had he stopped there, then he would have gone, technicality,
Yep. You can't hold me to that. Yeah, well.
I'm still in New York.
So yeah, Rick Pitino, my idiot of the week. Actually, this is. Do you know who they hired to be Rick's successor at Iona?
No.
The guy from FDU, Farley Dickinson,
Okay.
who's from Truro, Iowa. He went to high school at I-35, just down the street, just down the road from where I sit in Norwalk.
Wow.
So little local boy made good stories are circulating in Des Moines right now.
I've always felt sorry for that school, though. When your school, I mean, what's your school name for? A president. What's your school name for? Somebody who did great works. What's your school name for? The freeway that goes right through the middle of town. Oh, we're named for a freeway.
But their mascot is the Roadrunners.
See, that's not bad.
It's not.
Take lemons, make lemonade.
Yep. How about you? How about your idiot? What'd you bring?
Okay. I was going to start with the city of Newark. Am I right? And then just leave it at that. But no, there's probably, I should.
Probably need a little more than that.
Yeah. So earlier this year, Mayor Ross Baraka of the city of Newark invited what he thought was the Hindu nation of Kilasa to New York's City Hall for a cultural trade agreement and to become sister cities with them. Now, I don't understand how a city becomes sister cities with a nation, but
Okay. Yeah.
whatever.
Unless it's a city state. Otherwise, no. Yes. But
Yeah,
fine.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, Monaco, yes, Vatican,
Yep.
yes. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, invited in there, had the event. After the event, somebody realized that Kealissa isn't actually a country and it's totally fake. It was the brainchild of Swami Nithyananda, a notorious scam artist and a fugitive from India who has been on the run from rape charges since 2019. So, a few days after the proclamation was signed, cementing the agreement with the nation,
No.
the city council had to vote to rescind said agreement that they had already put in force. Now, the city hall insists that no money was exchanged.
Insists.
Yeah. And the mayor's office told the reporters that based on the deception, the ceremony that they did hold was groundless and therefore void. Anyway, yeah. Apparently nobody in City Hall Googled that nation because it wouldn't show up. They didn't check a single thing.
Kevin.
At the event.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Can we send this mayor a degree from the University of Okoboji?
I was more thinking, I mean, that would be great. Maybe you get an honorary degree.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that maybe what we should do is, given that Talking to Todd is the #1 podcast in the nation, maybe we could become the official podcast of the city of Newark, since we are based in New Jersey. Woof. That's
Woof.
Anyway.
Check your bingo cards, people. Woof is on there.
Stellar job, Newark. Stellar job.
Oh, I don't know that this needs to stay in. I wrote Hamilton under travel stories.
Yes.
I'm in Kansas City.
Yes.
Hamilton is playing tonight in Kansas City. The national tour of Hamilton is is right down the street right now.
Where are we recording? Why aren't you there?
I know, right? I could
Oh,
have.
because 6 wasn't in town.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to eat this one for a long time, aren't I?
You know what you should
Oh
do?
boy.
Yeah,
Yes.
never mind. Nope, never mind.
No. Yep. Go ahead.
I'll get to it later.
You're going to make this stay in, aren't you? You jerk.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Oh, we'll see how the editing turns out this week. Oh, you watch anything good? Speaking of shows at the theater, go ahead. Are you watching anything?
So last night we watched the last episode of season 1 of Poker Face,
Uh-huh.
and got that wrapped up, where it sets up season 2.
Yep.
Still enjoying it.
Yep.
And then, so as that one is leaving, Ted Lasso is now back. As you talked about last week, we hadn't watched it yet, so we watched episode 1 of season 3 of Ted Lasso. Interesting enough, Lindsay was down here, so she got to watch that, and she hasn't watched Ted Lasso. She's watched the Christmas episode because we watched it a year ago, and she was here, and we've recommended it multiple times for her, but she just hasn't watched it. Anyway, we talked a little bit about it, and I showed her a couple of little clips later that night. And because she was asking a couple of questions about, okay, so wait, Nate used to be good. I'm like, yeah, Nate used to be good. And then I'm like, oh, you got to watch his speech from season 1 in the locker room where he's, and Roy, right? So we watched that clip, and then we watched a couple of other just clips on YouTube. And Lindsay's like, I'm not going to watch it. So we might as well, you can tell me what's happening. And I'm like, okay. Watched when Jamie's dad comes into the locker room and then is escorted out, and watch, careful that door, and watched when Rebecca apologizes to Ted. Anyway, and then we're like, okay, good night. Next morning, hey Lindsay, how'd you sleep? I couldn't sleep, so I watched season 1 of Ted Lasso. So
Good for her.
She knocked out that. Anyway, so Lindsay is watching all of Ted Lasso, and we're watching season 3. How about you? What are you watching?
Well, on Sunday night, we went to the Civic Center in Des Moines. The national tour of 1776 was in town.
Oh, one of Lisa's favorite musicals.
Really?
She loves the film. Yes.
There is nothing memorable about this show.
It's hotter than hell in Philadelphia.
Yeah, somebody open a window.
At least they didn't say somebody bang for me. I mean,
fine, whatever. It's okay. I saw it. I don't need to see it again. Lisa and I apparently have very different tastes in musicals. Whatever. This one does nothing for me. This version of 1776, all of the roles are played by females or trans. There are no men in the cast at all. Which is, kind of a Hamilton reimagining of sort of, right?
Yes.
There were good voices. The acting was fine. There's not a single song in this musical for me that I walked out of the theater humming. I'm like, meh, okay, whatever. Not every show does something for everybody.
Not everything's for everyone, and that's okay.
And that's okay. Yep. So what are we watching? We watched 17. Maybe I need to go watch the movie.
I can't vouch for it. I don't know when's the last time even Lisa saw it. So anyway, yeah. Well,
however, if we're talking about movie musicals from that era, I like Paint Your Wagon.
If you watch the movie, you do get to see Kit from Knight Rider play John Adams.
Yeah, William Daniels.
Yes.
Yeah, originated the role on the stage. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And
a little bit of knowledge there.
And literally, the movie goes the opposite way with casting. Literally, the white shadow is Thomas Jefferson. So that's slightly different. I mean, we've come a ways.
Yeah. Did you learn anything?
Yeah. So we live in a community with an HOA, and
Yeah.
at times, the HOA here is fine. It's not bad. It's not overbearing. It's weird. Anyway,
Sounds like 1776. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
yeah. Is that Ken Howard in the pool? Wow, that's weird. Last week,
Can Howard be floating in the pool if it was Ken Howard in your pool? Sorry. Go ahead. Please.
last week we get an email on Monday saying, due to a recent run of nice weather and the fact that it's spring break, the outdoor pool is now open. And I thought, well, we haven't been having that nice of weather. And normally this doesn't open till May, but sure. And then on Friday, at the end of spring break, an email came out from the HOA saying, due to a change in the weather, by the way, the weather had not changed. It was the same weather the entire week. Due to a change in the weather, the outdoor pool is now closed till further notice until, quote, Mother Nature, unquote, determines we can open it. And my thought was, it's the same weather as it was a week. Why would we? Oh, well, I don't know who on the HOA decided to open the pool, but what I can guarantee you is their grandchildren had come down for the week, so the pool got opened. And when their grandchildren got in the car and left, pool's closed for another 2 months, people. Oh, I see how this works. I gotta get on this board. How about you? What did you learn?
Well, as we chronicled earlier in the pod, I did 7.1 miles on my bike on Monday.
Yeah.
Today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm recording the podcast standing up. I had forgotten we talked about bicycle seats and maybe whether or not I should replace my bicycle seat.
Yes.
Saddle.
Yep.
Those hardcore bikers call it a saddle. I didn't, but I did purchase the aforementioned padded biking shorts. Wow. I am sore. And I too am going to need to log a lot more hours on that bike in order to get prepared for 130 miles. 7.1 ain't doing it. Holy cow.
I have to do so much more training. Oh, really? What are you doing? I got to sit for hours. Is that training? It's training something.
It's oh, wow. Sore? Man, am I sore. And I also went down to the basement this morning to grab my suitcase so that I could bring it upstairs. Going down the steps was not a problem. Going up the steps about 2/3 of the way, my calves cramped up. Oh, yep, that's what that feels like. And the thing is, I'm not in bad shape.
You run up and down basketball courts 5 miles, right? You a lot.
Different muscle groups. Absolutely different muscle groups. What did I learn? I have not been using the right muscle groups for the last 4 months to prepare me for the next 4 months. I'm just putting that out there. That's what I learned.
Based on all of that, I think I know what would solve all of those problems for you. You know what you need to get? A Garmin.
The music is Happy Boy by Kevin MacLeod. You can subscribe to our award-winning podcast with visiting scholar Todd Prinz wherever you get your pods. Just search Talking in the number 2, no G, no space. You can tweet us on Facebook. You can check out our award-winning merch on Zazzle. You can stop by and see us at the Tuba City Home Office. Please don't do that. Thanks to our listeners and our sponsors, Toddler 3187, Taylor Center for Technology Policy, and DJ to Go Cedar Valley. And you can send us your feedback, as many have done, though nobody did this week. That's kind of on us. Anyway, send us your feedback to feedback@talkingtotodd.com. Todd, did I kill enough time there?
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, this has been done a while.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you're having a problem getting into your favorite musical, what I would suggest, because you did say you still have your Twitter account, I think what you need to do is you need to tweet out at Lin-Manuel saying, "Hey Lin, huge fan. Could you possibly get me tickets to 6?"
That might work. Who knows?
I mean, he can probably get you tickets. So
he knows a guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's 6, so he knows a woman.
On that note, we'll be back next week. Probably something to clean up there. We're here. We are Talking to Todd.
If it wasn't for the Lin-Manuel thing, I was just going to read the filmography, because I didn't know this, the filmography from Toni Basil. Besides the songs, singing, she actually appeared in some films.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tony.
I mean, in 1990, she appeared in 4 films. Who knew? It's good for her. It's funny? No. I learned something. One less thing you can ask me about next week of things I had to know. Hey, how many films did the singer Mickey appear in? What? Oh, I know this one.
Oh, wait. Nope. Not going to stump me there.
That's how we ended our third year. Oh, that was not a good landing.
None of that stays.
I know.
We'll just fade. We'll just fade out. We're good.
That's good. Good idea.
No flintle. No flintle this week.